What's up, everybody? My name is Candace Smith, and this is Pasco Connect Special Edition. Special Edition Community Talk with co-host Marlowe Jones, president of Pasco Young Revolutionaries. I'm excited today. We're getting ready to, talk about some things. Go ahead and break it down.
Well, we had an eventful weekend, let me tell you. This was a weekend filled with protest, counter-protest, rain, heat, you name it. I mean, it was just a combination. Got crazy stuff going on in Washington. The coronavirus is at its worst in our state. They want to reopen schools. But my weekend was, spent like it is mostly every weekend, volunteering in my community, in different communities in Pasco County, helping people, usher in change. And this weekend, on Friday night, I attended a peaceful protest downtown Port Richey with the local Black Lives Matter chapter that's in the process of forming. And you know that the Black Lives Matter group and the Port Richey group, they go out there every Friday and they do their protest downtown. They've been doing it for months now. So now this group is staging their little counter protest by the bridge. It was like 3 of them. And it was just crazy. They seemed to be really drunk and looked like they were on drugs, the Trump supporters. But it looked like they were agitating, just trying to make some type of an issue, trying to make Black Lives Matter or any type of organization that's about peace look like they're violent. But everything was peaceful. I seen some of the head officers that were out there and lieutenants that were out there patrolling, keeping everybody safe, doing what they got to do. So it was a peaceful event, but I did get some information and intelligence from my friends at the CIA. I'm just kidding. I don't know anybody at the CIA. But we did get some intelligence that those Trump supporters were doing their best to try to get a bunch of people to come out of town because there was a Black Lives Matter protest. Pasco Young Revolutionaries partnered with CADSI, which stands for Citizens Against Discrimination and Social Injustice. The president of CADSI is a gentleman by the name of Bill Dumas, who I have collaborated a lot with in the community on different projects and initiatives. I partnered with Frank Roeder as well, who is the vice president of CADSI, and some people like Miss April out in the Wesley Chapel area. We all came together and we kind of formed a little group where we started chatting with people and getting people together collectively, exchanging ideas. And we came up with something we wanted to do in the Wesley Chapel area because we have a nice African-American population out there as well, with people of African-American descent and minorities, you know what I mean? So I know they had a peaceful protest weeks ago that they had set up, and they had got a lot of negative heat from Trump supporters and just some people in their community. Like, they don't want this here, and they just want everything to be so fake and pleasant. And, but these people were doing their right as an American citizen, protesting peacefully. It's our amendment right to do that. So some people contacted me. I got with Bill, and I talked with Miss April, and I talked with Frank, and I talked with some other people in the Wesley Chapel group that we formed, and we came up with a motorcade funeral procession, which we did on Saturday, which was absolutely great. And what was even more crazy about it, and what I think added to the somber event and to the significance of it, was Friday night, the legendary John Lewis passed away. So as I was thinking and planning this and talking to Bill and talking to everybody, it's just like it really hit me as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. John Lewis is a pioneer in the civil rights movement. He's a pioneer in the African-American culture and a pioneer in American culture. He was a lion in the Congress. He served in the United States Congress for almost 3 decades, if not longer. And he was, very respected among his colleagues and people in Washington and all over the world. So I thought about that a lot during our motorcade procession, and it kind of gave me the strength to keep going because we had a lot of rain come. Mother Nature came through, and she rained, and she rained, and she rained, and she rained. But her sun did come out and shine, and it allowed us to get out of the cars. We had about 25 to 30 vehicles that came out to Wesley Chapel, to the Meadow Point and Beasley Drive neighborhood out there in Wesley Chapel, and we really showed out. I mean, we had an amazing time. I mean, the amount of love we had, all the cars, everybody decorated their cars with different signs. Some people had memorials for loved ones that they have lost. You know, other people put, you know, Breonna Taylor's name on their window, George Floyd, Tamir Rice, all the people that we have lost in this struggle of this oppression that we've been living in, that we're fighting for as Black people, that we're trying to just to get people to see. This is why we're protesting. This is why we're out in the streets marching, because we're being killed in the street. We're being killed by police. We're being killed by civilians. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. And just that, to bring it all into context, as our funeral procession was winding down, we had a speaking engagement designed at the end of the funeral procession, which we already had worked out with law enforcement and everybody knew, right over by the Walmart in Wesley Chapel, where there was a dead-end road. We were off on the side where we weren't obstructing traffic or nothing like that. Well, about 10 to 15 minutes into Mr. Dumas speaking, who was one of the organizers with me, Mr. Dumas was speaking and getting ready to bring out one of the young ladies from Black Lives Matter, when I noticed a truck, a silver, looked to be like a Silverado truck in the background, kind of revving up his engine. And I seen the vice president of CADSI, Frank Roeder, kind of move, kind of almost stumble a little bit, because this guy's beeping, like, move out of my way. And we're all just like, hey, we're having like a peaceful protest here where people are speaking. Why on earth would you want to come right through it? It kind of made me think about Charlottesville in a little bit, because how that neo-Nazi, those people came and they just rammed through the crowd. Like, this guy was kind of revving up his engine, like maybe that's what he was going to do, because why else would he just want to drive through our crowd where he sees that there's something going on? Well, he proceeds to come and he proceeds to keep trying to go through, and one of the Black Lives Matter young ladies stood her ground and said, no, we're not moving. And then another one of the Black Lives Matter girls said, we're not moving. And then another one of them. And then as Mr. Dumas was walking kind of around the truck, trying to tell the ladies to kind of, let's move out this person's way, I, with my own two eyes, witnessed this aggressor, this, I would probably say 50-year-old, maybe late 50s, white male, reach in his glove compartment, pull out looks to be like a Glock 45, maybe a Glock 17, cock it back, then point it up, and then put it right like on his lap. And at that point, I came around with my camera and I got him on the camera on my Pasco Young Revolutionaries page, and I said to him, so you're going to shoot a bunch of innocent protesters? You're going to come here and harm us? So you thought about what you're doing. You have a gun. You're going to try to harm us, and we have done nothing wrong. And he's like, oh, well, I just want to get through. I'm just like, sir, you could have went around like the other vehicles were doing. You decided to deliberately antagonize and try to get a reaction. Now, what he was hoping would happen is he would run through our protest. Maybe someone would open his car, or maybe there would be some type of violence that ensued, and he would have a justification to kill another black man. In the state of Florida, he probably would have got away with it. But not today. Not today. An investigation is ongoing, so I can't comment further on that matter or on that subject. But for him to do that, to show that type of hate, especially at the end of our procession where it had went so beautifully, everything went so great, the rain stopped, the sun came out, it was great. And then just to have that man come and pull out his gun and scare people, and that's fearful. Some people ran, some people went in their cars, some people were just worried, nobody, we don't want to have anything where violence is ever happening. All the protests that I've been a part of in Pasco County or that I have witnessed, it's always been peaceful, always. And it's always the agitators, the Trump supporters that are violent. So that was on Sunday, and that was just absolutely crazy. In the event was a success. It was great. It was beautiful. And even that hater and that evil man couldn't take the light away from that. Right. You know, people walked away inspired. People walked away like, wow, this was actually really good. Great idea. We should all collaborate more. And we all walked away making more friends and making more connections and, you know, hoping to make change in Pasco. And my other friends will go back to their surrounding counties and make changes in their counties. So it's little ripples, you know, that we're looking for in this thing here. The last thing that happened was the creme de la creme, the ice cream on the cake. Sunday, as I was saying earlier, the Black Lives Matter group had a protest, a peaceful protest right outside of Wawa and Culver's planned for about 2 weeks now. One of the guys, or I don't even know, this person is a little loco. I'm not even going to call him by his name because he doesn't deserve that much credit. But he's the owner of the Fresh Nasty Grill where they don't season their food. He decided to stage a counter protest. He called in all his neo-Nazi friends from God knows where. But we know from our reconnaissance and from intelligence that they weren't from Pasco County. But the Black Lives Matter group had a wonderful, peaceful protest out there. These people came out from surrounding counties spewing nothing but hate. They were yelling so many just crazy terms and just crazy this and crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't simply understand it, why they had so much hate, you know?
Right.
But it ended up getting absolutely out of control at one point because some of the Trump supporters were just saying nasty racial slurs. They were saying things like, go back to your country, you're not from here, and all this stuff. So after I got something to drink from Wawa, I decided to come on around and just simply film. I just wanted to film some things of what I seen. And they immediately started asking me questions like, are you with us, brother? Are you with us? Are you with us? Are you with us? We love you, brother. And they're like making jokes about it. And I'm like, no, it's Black Lives Matter. And I threw up my fist. And boy, they started to try to all come around me and, oh, go back to your country. And your country sold you into slavery and all this stuff. And I was just like, actually, no, your people brought my people from Africa to America to work for free so you can enjoy the fruits of our labor. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't know your history? And they all got all in my face. And I just said, back up, 6 feet, back up. Okay? Coronavirus, And so my team ended up coming over to me after, and said, Marlowe, come on over here with us. And I was just simply recording just to get some footage, to see, to make. These people were just there to make trouble. They weren't making good trouble, like John Lewis would say. They were making bad trouble. But at the end of the day, so many people came, they stopped, they pulled over on the side of the road. They seen the type of hate that was coming from that Trump rally or Trump campaign. That's really what it was. And black people and white people and green people, gay people, straight people, they all started pulling over and joining us. It was so amazing. Donating water, Gatorade, supplies. And before you know it, we had about maybe 50 people there. And before you know it, all the Trump supporters, they went bye-bye. Mm-hmm. They went bye-bye. They went back to their counties or wherever they were from. Yeah. We ran them out of town with pure love. Mm-hmm. So love trumps hate.
Well, you know what? I have to give a shout out to you, Pasco Young Revolutionaries, to Black Lives Matter, Boneta, because you guys have been on the front lines. Like seriously, 4 weeks. 4 weeks you've been on the front line, just back to back to back. Letting the community know that there is support out there. And I remember even speaking with Nina about how, there was a couple of black guys pulled over. And so she stopped and then ended up calling you, and you all came out just to make sure that everything was on the up and up. So it's just like we have support out here You guys definitely go to Pasco Young Revolutionaries. Like the page, go to Black Lives Matter Pasco. CADSI.org is on Facebook as well. You can definitely go find these organizations. There is support within the community, and share your thoughts. We're going to be back this Saturday with a live show this Saturday at 7. We're going to have a few guests, and we're going to also take calls. So if you would like to call in and share your thoughts, if you attended any of the events and you want to share your perspectives and your thoughts, feel free to call in, whatever. So we'll be back this Saturday at 7, and I'll be dropping a few more videos. But anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Jones, for coming, giving us
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, we'll be back this Saturday, you guys. Peace.